What's up, guys, and welcome to the Crypto Chat. I am your host, Crypto Bob, and joining me, my co-host, Crypto Jimmy, and we will be bringing you the latest analysis on crypto. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Hey guys, today we'll be talking about Mike Novogratz regretting selling Bitcoin at 13,000. Max Keiser, is he right about altcoins? Tone Vase losing in an arm wrestling contest? And will Bitcoin hit $1 million first and then go to zero? So Jimmy, what do you think about Mike Novogratz's statement about him, regretting not selling Bitcoin at 13,000?
Well, I mean, it's kind of simple. I mean, you have to think logically. Do you sell or do you not sell? Do you take profit or do you not take profit? Well, that's up to you. I mean, if you're a trader, then you should have taken the profit of 13,000, right? At the moment, we're bouncing anywhere from 11,300 to 12,500. So, you can take profits at any point in time, but do you really know what's going to happen next? Well, I don't know. We could be heading to 15,000, or we could be heading down to 8.5K. We don't really know, but that's why I'm not a trader. It's not about being smart or dumb or being a good technical analyst. I've done it before, and I thought that I could actually make money by trading. And most of the time, guess what? I ended up a loser. Now, if you want to be a loser, then you can trade, because the volatility of Bitcoin right now is crazy. It really is crazy. Up and down, up and down, up and down. So, in my opinion, Novogratz is correct in hindsight. But had he taken the profit at close to 13 or 14,000, what if Bitcoin kept on going up? Then what, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that as a trader, you really have to set limits on when you're going to trade. So, but in my opinion, because I'm not a trader, I'm a hodler, I want to make sure that I maximize my profit. When Bitcoin hits key levels, that's when I sell. So, for example, in my thought, I'm going to sell some of my Bitcoin when it hits 20K. Now, why am I going to do that? Well, simply whenever there's a huge surge up to 20K or another round big number that is close to the all-time high, there's going to be slushing that's going to be happening, and the altcoins are going to benefit. So what I'm going to do is sell Bitcoin at 20K and then invest that money into Digibyte. So that's my perception. What do you think, Bobby?
Well, I hope this is not investment advice.
It is not investment advice, right, unless you want to take it from somebody who is half brain dead, but that's up to you.
So you're saying don't listen to Jimmy?
I'm not that smart enough. I don't know. Some people think I'm a retard, but that's okay.
I think I'm in that camp. I think it's nearly impossible unless you're an insider. You're not gonna know when the top is, whether it's a temporary top, the actual top. It's extremely difficult. That's why you need to have a strategy at hand. Either you're a trader, like you said, or you're a hodler, and you're gonna hold it until the next major bull run ends, right?
Or I came up with a new name. Or you're a cuddler. You can cuddle with your Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever it is, and have fun. You can sleep with it. You can talk to it. You can make it into your friend, for God's sake. Come on. Be creative, people.
Just make sure not to miss your pills in the evening. You'll be fine. Or you can have a strategy where you will say this: hey, I have my long-term stash. I'm not gonna sell it, and I'll play around with a few $100 here and there, trying to time it. Trading is extremely difficult, especially day trading crypto. The volatility is insane. Plus, you're competing with these bots and algorithms that move the price, a couple of $100 every 5 minutes. It's extremely difficult. I think Mike Novogratz's statement it's an obvious statement. It was made in hindsight. It was made for publicity.
But I also think probably he wants to get people out as well.
Right. I was gonna go there. I agree. So moving on from Mike Novogratz, let's talk about Max Keiser. Have you seen his appearance at Crypto Trader? And man, Max Keiser was going crazy. He's extremely excited about Bitcoin. He was saying that all the fiats are going to zero. But the interesting thing is he believes that this run is different. He thinks that the altcoins are gonna go basically to zero. He doesn't think that they're gonna go on along with the ride with Bitcoin. What do you think?
Well, what I think first is I confuse him for McAfee because he was definitely on something. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely heavy. I've seen his interviews before. The guy's calm, collected, really intelligent. I don't know if he got high on Bitcoin or cocaine. I have no clue. Maybe. I don't know. I've never been on cocaine, so I can't really tell you. Thankfully, Godfully, I don't know, whatever. But to tell you the truth, I didn't know that he was actually a Bitcoin maximalist. Did you know?
I did. I've seen some of his shows. He talked about it, but I don't think he ever went to the point where he said that the alts are not gonna do anything. I think
he needs to stop doing drugs. Even though I respect the guy, I think he's really smart. But to say that the altcoins are going to zero, I mean that's like saying that Burger King is going to be dissolved, next day or something like that. Like I really don't understand the thought process of not having competition. And especially a lot of these altcoins, you have to be smart. You can't be dumb. If you want to be dumb, he's right. If you're going to be dumb, you're going to end up on the streets. Well, how are you going to make Bitcoin if you're poor? You invest into altcoins. Let me teach you life a little bit. Let me explain to you how things work. You put a little money into something like Digibyte, and then Digibyte skyrockets up the ass of someone, and then you sell it when you go to the bathroom, right? And then what do you do with that? You buy Bitcoin.
Hopefully you wash your hands after.
Well, that's your prerogative, not mine. So what's it called? Then you buy Bitcoin with that. So that's how you become rich.
Right. So I agree. I think I don't know why he made that statement. Maybe he wants people to just go into Bitcoin because all of his investment is in Bitcoin. I mean, during the dot-com bubble, it wasn't just Google that did well afterwards. There's Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple. Those companies survive. There will be alts. They will be there. There will be alts that will be in the $1 trillion market cap. There will be alts that will move with Bitcoin. Ethereum, for example, isn't going away. It's the largest smart contract platform. To say that the alts have a specific purpose, right? Like Bitcoin is Ethereum is a smart contract platform for dApps and for fundraising through ICOs. Digibyte is a more of a blockchain for payments, right?
Security,
security.
Payments,
Monero,
ID verification.
Right, Monero is a blockchain that deals with privacy. So, I mean, there are going to be blockchains for different purposes.
Correct, but what you're describing here are cryptocurrencies that are going to be used.
These are altcoins too.
They're altcoins,
Monero's an altcoin,
Digibyte. Absolutely, but they're also cryptocurrencies that are going to be used for day-to-day transactions. So this is a small little pool that we have, right?
Right.
But then on the other hand, we have Theta, which has nothing to do with that, which is a platform token.
Right.
So they're tokens that you can utilize on the platform, and Theta is very similar to YouTube, where you're going to be able to, I'm assuming, sign up for particular plans that you can watch certain things. You can tip people these coins, and you probably will be able to build on top of it as well.
Well, just look at VeChain. VeChain recently, China Walmart said that they're going to be using VeChain's blockchain to track food. I mean, there's going to be blockchains for specific use cases, and there are going to be blockchains that are going to be general use cases, kind of like Ethereum. And then there's going to be Bitcoin, like a store of value. And then there's going to be Litecoin, most likely used for daily transactions because it's faster and cheaper. To say that only Bitcoin is going to be the one and only coin that's going to go up and the other coins are going to, devalue, I completely disagree. Money is going to move into Bitcoin, then it's going to get dispersed and maybe go back.
So you're either brain dead or you're a shield for Bitcoin. I mean,
or tone base.
Or you're a little retarded and you're tone base. I mean, sure, there's also that. But if you believe in this, we cannot help you at all. Trust me, we cannot have an intervention. We cannot call tone base parents to come and talk to you, talk you out of it, talk you into it, whatever. We cannot use our number one resource, tone base parents, for such foolish things. Okay? So
I don't even know them. What are you talking about?
In my opinion, okay, do your research. That's the number one thing you have to do.
And don't listen to old men who are on coke.
And don't listen to me because
everybody
else thinks I'm an idiot, but we'll see when the time comes who's the real idiot. So, but even I do almost like 3 hours of research a day. So take it from me, you definitely want to look into altcoins and invest. But this is not obviously financial advice. Everything as it is at your own risk. And there are certain altcoins that are legit, and there are some altcoins that are not legit. So just make sure that you do enough research where there's a history with this particular blockchain or crypto.
Do your due diligence. I think a good resource is blocktivity.com. It measures the top altcoins, just the top blockchains with the most activity, the most transactions, and you can kind of see, which projects are good, which aren't. Of course, it's not an investment advice. This is just my opinion. But I think the altcoins are here to stay. I think majority of them, because there's like thousands, right? 4,000, or I could be wrong, 2,000 to 4,000 altcoins.
I just say thousands.
Most of them are not going to amount to anything. Most of them. We understand that. I mean, all the top people in crypto have talked about it, but there are gems within these thousands of. Some of them are in the top 10 already. Some of them are not there yet. It's hard to say, but to say that only Bitcoin will do well I think that's a rash statement. But I will say this: Bitcoin is, innovating very quickly, but there are other alts that already have more transactions than Bitcoin, like EOS, Tron. We have Ethereum that's very close to Bitcoin, but it's undervalued. It's extremely undervalued compared to Bitcoin, but it processes almost the same amount of transactions, very close to what Bitcoin does every day. So you have to do your research, and you have to understand how blockchains work. Where does the value derive from it?
Right, and I have a question for you. I just came up with. I think it's an interesting question. What's your top 5 cryptos?
My top 5 non-Bitcoin or including Bitcoin?
Okay, you can include Bitcoin if you want.
I would say, for me personally, I would say Bitcoin number 1 still. I mean, it is digital gold. Everyone knows Bitcoin is synonymous with crypto. I would say Ethereum. I really believe in Ethereum. I would say Litecoin, XRP, I think, even though it's not really a blockchain. Also Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP. I would say Theta. I agree with you on Theta. So those are my top 5.
Okay. So for me, it would be Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, and I think one of the most underrated cryptocurrencies out there, Digibyte. Yet again, I have to reemphasize, if you go out and buy Digibyte and you lose everything, and then you jump off the building or something like that. I don't want for your parents or your wife or your kids coming after me. So yet again, this is not financial advice. So do what you have to do, but don't attribute anything to me.
All right. Moving on. Tone, did you see the video with Tone Vase? He's arm wrestling with some guy. I think his name is John Kim. And the guy, John Kim, he likes Litecoin. Tone Vase is obviously a Bitcoin maximalist, and Tone Vase is complaining after losing every single round.
I mean, I saw it, but I still don't understand if Tone Vase parents let him do this. Like, I really...
Is he going to get grounded?
He might get grounded, my God, look at him.
No more buying Bitcoin.
Like, yeah, he has decent hair going towards the back, but what's the front? What's going on with the front, man? Damn, it's crazy.
I think the best way that his parents could punish him is to make him buy Ethereum.
Yeah. I mean, but, I don't think you should buy Ethereum because then he's going to make a lot of money, but then he's going to call it a scam. So then what are you going to do? I think everything in his life is a scam, So I don't know. But definitely tell you this. When I saw that video, I was laughing. I wasn't only laughing. I was laughing hard.
You were crying, laughing?
I don't want to say crying because that's an emotional reaction that I would like to reserve for a special moment that doesn't include Tone Vase.
Which is every other moment of your life?
Yeah. But Tone Vase, I have to say, he has a lot of confidence. He has a lot of balls. But he has no strength. And he doesn't understand much. But hey, he's out there. He's doing it. He's doing something. He's interacting with people. His parents let him. So what are you going to do? You got to let him go. What do you think?
Yeah, I think your obsession with him is very unhealthy. Anyways, now we're moving on to talking about Bitcoin going to 1 million, then to 0. What do you think? What do you think? Bitcoin's going to go to 1 million, or is it going to 0?
Well,
or
this is my
is it going to
topic.
1 million, then 0?
This is my topic. I came up with this. So,
Sure.
let me explain something to you. For a lot of people that don't understand anything, that's okay. Most people don't understand anything. But I am here to explain things to you. Why? Because I do 3 hours of research a day. Haven't you already heard me saying that?
You've said it many times.
Many times. So listen to it again. I do 3 hours of research a day. So in my opinion, I think Bitcoin will go to $1 million. Why? Because it's the digital gold. The economies all around the world are horrible. Gold also is going up. But Bitcoin is going to be the new store of value. Now, why? You have to ask yourself, why is Bitcoin going to be the new store of value? Is it because Satoshi Nakamoto came up with it, that nobody knows who he is? Or is it for another reason? Think about it. Who's getting in? Fidelity, E-Trade, Tone Vase parents.
They've been in already.
But they want to go all in. They don't know when. Their son just messed up.
I think he told them to wait until 1800.
Yeah, he called the bottom, and that bottom never came. So they're nervous, but they're going to go all in. When? When they see Bitcoin going over 20,000. They're going to put all their savings in. They're going to sell their house. And I don't know what they're going to do to Tone Vase. I don't want to know. But you have to understand that when big institutions are putting in money into new platforms that are going to support Bitcoin, that means that they're investing a lot of money and infrastructure into it. So in my opinion, in 2020, we're going to $1 million. Now, after that, eventually, once the dollar dies, Bitcoin is going to 0. But how is it going to 0? You're like, no, this guy's an idiot. He's a dumbass. He has a low IQ. He doesn't understand anything. Look at yourself in the mirror and understand.
That's regardless if you're right.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, still look at yourself in the mirror if you like. Before you go to the bathroom. Who knows? After, before, it doesn't matter.
Get to your
But
point.
my point is that the dollar is not going to be of value much. It's not going to have a lot of value at all, if any. So in Bitcoin terms, we're not going to be valuing Bitcoin in dollars anymore. We're going to be valuing the dollar in Bitcoin terms, okay? Everything's going to be valued in Bitcoin because that's going to be the universal standard, like the dollar is right now. So I think I'm making a guess. By 2030, everything's going to be valued in Bitcoin. So that's my prediction. What do you think, Bobby?
Unfortunately, I have to agree with most of what you're saying. The dollar is going down regardless. I mean, inflation is going to kick in. The Fed is already on the path of cutting rates to zero. We know it's going to zero, and there's a chance it may go negative at some point after a huge economic collapse. Money is going to start flowing into Bitcoin. It's already going in from the institutions. Soon the family offices, hedge funds, and just every person with their IRA is going to start jumping into Bitcoin. Retailers all around the world are going to go into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going up. When is it going to hit 1 million next year? I don't think so. Is it going to hit 1 million in this decade? Absolutely. I think it will go beyond that. I don't think the dollar will be gone completely. I think the dollar will still be around. So I don't think Bitcoin will have a $0 value in dollars. But I do agree with you. At some point, Bitcoin will be the reserve currency of the world. Things will be priced in Bitcoin. And there's a possibility that maybe after after a huge economic collapse and after another Great Depression, the US dollar may be put on a Bitcoin standard. Maybe something like $1 equals 1 Satoshi. You can go to your bank or to a Bitcoin ATM, put in $1, get a Satoshi back. That can happen. So basically, I mean, you have to also think of it this way. Millennials are getting older, right? They're getting older. They're entering their prime right now. Their prime of money earning potential in their 30s. What are they going to invest their money into? They're not going to be buying stocks. There's been a survey recently that millennials prefer Bitcoin over stocks. And they're going to keep buying Bitcoin. And every time that a certain age group reaches their maturity point of making money, a certain bubble usually happens. And it happens over a long period of time. It happened during the 80s. It happened with stocks leading into the dot-com bubble and with real estate. Before then, it happened with gold after the 30s, right? People started buying gold after the dollar went off the gold standard. So millennials will be going into Bitcoin and into crypto. And I think that by the end of 2029, I think Bitcoin will be worth anywhere between 2 to 10 million. I know that's a huge range. But I think at some point, maybe in 2030, like you said, 2040s, everything will be priced in Bitcoin. And unfortunately, it's going to be a case where it's a haves and the have-nots. Haves and have-nots. Either you have Bitcoin and you have everything, or you don't have Bitcoin and like Max Keiser said, unfortunately, you'll be on the street.
You will be on the street.
It's unfortunate. A lot of people, unless they just start buying Bitcoin right now, or like you said, buy the top alts and maybe later convert into Bitcoin, not investment advice. I think, I do agree with you. Bitcoin is the way to go. We're seeing it. The stock market right now has reached its maturity stage. There isn't much money to be made in stocks. It's all bought, manipulated. You can't really trade stocks. But with crypto, you still have a chance. It won't always be there. At some point, Bitcoin is going to hit a price and it's not going to have this huge volatility anymore. Because there's going to be so much money holding Bitcoin, no one's going to want to really sell it at a low price.
So maybe on the next podcast, we will cover what will happen once Bitcoin becomes the official reserve of the entire world. Because in my opinion, we are going into a globalized system and we will have one currency that will operate everything. Now, that being said, thank you guys for listening. Subscribe, like, share, and if you guys can, please donate. Everything's in the description. And I hope you guys have a good day, evening, and night. Bye.